Have you ever heard this kind of story? A man in his 70s full of life, apparently healthy, gets up one morning, steps out of his room, and collapses. No warning, no signs, just a sudden fall that leaves everyone around him shocked and heartbroken. It's terrifying, isn't it? But what's even more alarming is that this kind of accident often comes down to one small mistake made during those first few minutes after waking up. A mistake so simple that many people over 60, and maybe even you or someone you love, make it every single day without knowing. And that's why today's message is so important. Because these innocent seeming habits could quietly increase your risk of falls, strokes, heart attacks, and even memory loss without you ever realizing until it's too late. Before we dive deeper, I want to warmly invite you. If you care about living stronger, healthier, and more independently as you age, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Senior Fit, and turn on the notification bell. Together, we'll make your golden years truly shine. Now, let's begin. Today, I'm going to reveal 6 small morning mistakes that silently damage your health, and even more importantly, how you can fix them easily starting tomorrow morning. And make sure you stay with me until the end, because mistakes number 5 and number 6 are the ones that most people overlook, yet they cause the most serious harm. Let's start with the first one. Mistake number 1, getting out of bed too fast. It feels like such a normal thing to do, doesn't it? You hear the alarm, open your eyes, swing your legs over the bed, and stand up immediately, ready to start the day. But let me ask you, have you ever gotten up quickly and felt dizzy? Maybe your vision blurred, your ears buzzed, your body swayed for a moment. That's not just getting older. It's a serious warning sign, and ignoring it could set the stage for devastating accidents that could have been so easily avoided. Here's the truth. While you sleep, your body enters a deep state of rest. Your heart slows down. Your blood vessels relax. Your circulation moves slower. Your brain gets used to that slower rhythm. When you suddenly move from lying flat to standing tall, gravity pulls your blood down into your legs, but your heart and blood vessels, especially after 60, may not respond fast enough to push that blood back up to your brain. The result: a sudden drop in blood pressure. Your brain doesn't get enough oxygen for a few critical seconds. You feel dizzy, disoriented, or worse, you pass out. Doctors have a name for this: orthostatic hypotension. And it's far more common and dangerous than most people realize, especially in older adults who are dehydrated or on medications for blood pressure, the heart, or sleep. You might think, I've always gotten up fast and nothing ever happened. But listen carefully. The body changes quietly with age. What you once handled easily can one day become life-threatening. Falling is no small matter. It's the number one cause of serious injuries in seniors, and sadly, many of those falls happen right inside the bedroom. But the good news: there's a simple solution. It takes less than a minute, but it could save your independence or even your life. Here's what you need to do. First, when you wake up, don't rush. Stay lying down for a few moments. Breathe deeply, filling your lungs with fresh morning air. Then slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your ankles gently. Rotate your wrists. Flex your calves and thighs. This activates your body's muscle pumps, helping blood flow smoothly again. Next, turn onto your side, the side that feels most comfortable to you. Sit up slowly on the edge of your bed. Let your feet rest firmly on the floor. Take another deep, steady breath. While sitting gently, stretch your arms. Move your ankles in circles. Spend about 20 to 30 seconds just allowing your body to reawaken. And only when you feel stable, only then stand up carefully and start your day. Think of this as your morning warm-up, a small act of care that could prevent months of pain and recovery. Because when you protect yourself in these first few minutes after waking, you give your heart, brain, and balance system the support they need to carry you through a beautiful, active day. And isn't that exactly what you deserve? Now, let's move on to mistake number 2. And it's one that's just as common, but even more overlooked. Not drinking water after waking up. For many people, the first thing they reach for in the morning is a hot cup of coffee or tea. Others might not drink anything at all until hours later, and while these habits may feel comforting or harmless, they can quietly set the stage for serious problems. Here's something important to remember. Your body loses water all night long, even though you're not moving much. Every breath you take, every bit of work your heart, lungs, and kidneys do while you sleep, uses up hydration reserves. By the time you wake up, whether you feel it or not, you're already slightly dehydrated. And for older adults, this silent dehydration carries heavy consequences. It thickens the blood just enough to make your heart work harder. It slows down circulation to your brain, making you feel foggy, groggy, or even a little unstable. It stresses your kidneys, making it harder to flush out toxins. And worst of all, it can significantly raise your risk of a morning heart attack or stroke. Did you know that most heart attacks and strokes occur between 6 a.m. and noon? It's no coincidence. Dehydration plays a huge silent role. And here's something even more concerning. As we age, the body's ability to feel thirst weakens. Waiting until you feel thirsty is waiting too long. By then, your body is already struggling. Imagine trying to drive a car with almost no oil. It might still run for a little while, but eventually the damage builds up. That's exactly what's happening inside when you skip water in the morning. But here's the good news. This is one of the easiest mistakes to fix, and it doesn't cost anything. Start by making water part of your morning ritual. Place a glass or bottle of water next to your bed before you sleep. When you wake up, before you even think about coffee, medications, or breakfast, sit up and slowly sip that water. Even half a glass can make a big difference. Even just a few small sips can gently rehydrate your body. Wake up your brain, help your heart pump more easily, and support better balance and energy for the day ahead. If plain water feels too harsh first thing, add a splash of lemon for a touch of freshness. You can even add a few mint leaves or a slice of cucumber if you like a little flavor. What matters most is creating the habit making water your first internal message to your body each morning. I care about you. I want you to function at your best, because tiny acts of care, repeated every day, create powerful changes over time. You may not notice it after one morning, but over days, weeks, months, your energy will stabilize. Your mind will feel sharper. Your balance will improve. And you'll be building a silent but mighty shield against many of the problems that catch others by surprise. Simple, quiet, powerful. That's how real health is built. Now, let's talk about mistake number 3: ignoring morning stiffness and moving too fast. Have you ever noticed that when you first wake up, your body feels a little stiff? Maybe your back aches. Maybe your knees feel tight. Maybe your shoulders or neck seem frozen, almost like they forgot how to move during the night. If you're nodding right now, you are not alone. Many seniors experience morning stiffness and chalk it up to just getting older. But what most people don't realize is that this stiffness is your body's way of whispering a warning: I'm not ready yet. Please move gently. Ignoring that whisper and jumping out of bed, rushing to the bathroom, hurrying to start the day can lead to serious trouble, because overnight, everything inside you slows down. Your joints stop moving. Your muscles cool off. The fluid that normally cushions your knees, hips, spine, and shoulders settles. Your circulation slows. That's why, when you try to move too quickly in the morning, your joints feel stiff, your muscles feel tight, and your body feels uncoordinated. And here's the danger. When your body is stiff, it's easier to trip, easier to lose your balance, easier to strain a muscle, or even suffer a dangerous fall. Most people think stiffness is just uncomfortable, but in reality, morning stiffness is a signal. It's telling you that your body needs a few extra moments to warm up before it can move safely and smoothly. The solution is beautifully simple, and it only takes 2 minutes. Before you even leave the bed, give your body a gentle wake-up call. Start by slowly wiggling your fingers and toes. Rotate your wrists and ankles, gently, making small circles. Feel the blood starting to flow again. Then turn your head gently, side to side, just a few times. No force, no rush, just easy movements, like greeting a new day. Next, once you sit up on the side of the bed, stretch your arms overhead, then forward. Open up your chest. Feel your spine loosening. Roll your shoulders backward in slow circles. Flex and extend your knees a few times while sitting like you're marching in place. These simple movements, gentle, easy, and deliberate, can work miracles. They warm up your joints, wake up your muscles, and even activate your nervous system, making you sharper and steadier for the day ahead. You'll feel stronger, steadier, more balanced, and you'll drastically lower your risk of falls, strains, or injuries. The beauty is that it costs nothing. It takes less than 2 minutes, but it honors your body's natural rhythms, and in doing so, it protects your future independence. You don't have to accept morning stiffness as inevitable suffering. You just have to listen. Respect the quiet messages your body sends. Give yourself a little time to warm up, and you'll gain far more freedom and strength than you lose. Because aging isn't about giving up movement. It's about learning how to move wisely and giving yourself the grace and care you deserve. Now, let's move into mistake number 4: holding back your urge to urinate when you wake up. It seems harmless, right? You open your eyes, feel the need to go to the bathroom, but you decide to stay in bed just a little longer. Maybe it's because you're still sleepy, or maybe it feels cozy and warm under the blankets. It feels like a small, innocent choice, But the truth is, especially after the age of 60 or 70, holding your urine in the morning can quietly set off a chain reaction that endangers your health far more than you realize. Here's what happens inside your body. During the night, your bladder fills up with urine. That's normal. But when you resist the urge to empty it, the pressure inside your bladder increases. And when you finally do get up quickly with a full bladder pressing against your blood vessels, you can trigger something called a vagal response. This is a sudden, powerful shift in your nervous system that can cause your blood pressure to drop sharply. Your heart rate can slow. Your blood flow to the brain can dip, and that's when the real danger strikes. You stand up, start walking toward the bathroom, and suddenly you feel dizzy. Your vision blurs, and you fall before you even reach the door. This kind of sudden fainting is frightening. It can lead to broken hips, broken wrists, head injuries, and months, sometimes years of painful recovery. And for older adults, one bad fall can mark the beginning of a serious decline in independence. But that's not the only problem. Holding your urine for too long can also set you up for urinary tract infections. And urinary infections in seniors are far more dangerous than many people realize. They can cause sudden confusion, fever weakness, and in severe cases, even delirium. That's why it's critical to honor your body's signals first thing in the morning. When you wake up and feel the urge to urinate, listen, respond promptly. Don't delay. The solution is simple, and it fits beautifully into the gentle wake-up routine we've been building. First, when you open your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Move your fingers and toes. Sit up slowly at the edge of the bed. Take another breath to center yourself. And as soon as you feel steady, walk carefully and directly to the bathroom. Make this a non-negotiable habit. No checking your phone. No stretching out in bed for another 10 minutes. No convincing yourself that it can wait. Your body has worked all night to maintain balance, detoxify, and prepare you for the day. The least you can do is honor it by releasing the pressure it no longer needs to carry. And the beautiful part is this small act not only protects your balance and blood pressure, but it also sets a tone of respect and care for your entire day. It's a small step. But small steps, done consistently, are what build real lasting strength. You deserve to start each morning feeling light, steady, and safe, not burdened by risks you can so easily avoid. Now, let's move on to mistake number 5, skipping breakfast or taking medications on an empty stomach. At first glance, it might seem harmless. You wake up. Maybe you don't feel very hungry. You take your medications quickly and think, I'll eat later when I feel like it. Or maybe you simply sip your coffee and move on with your day. But this small choice can quietly cause serious problems, especially as we grow older. When you skip breakfast, your body starts the day without the fuel it desperately needs. Your blood sugar remains low. Your energy dips. Your brain struggles to fire on all cylinders. Your muscles, your heart, your circulation all operate at a disadvantage. And here's where it gets even more dangerous. Many common medications for blood pressure, heart health, or diabetes are designed to be taken with food. Food helps buffer the stomach, slow the absorption of the medicine, and ensure it works properly. When you take these medications on an empty stomach, several things can happen. You can experience dizziness. You can feel weak, shaky, or lightheaded. You may even risk a sudden drop in blood sugar or blood pressure, which can lead to fainting or dangerous falls. Worse still, certain medications can irritate the lining of the stomach if no food is present, increasing the risk of ulcers or stomach bleeding over time. Skipping breakfast might seem like no big deal, but for older adults, it can quietly open the door to accidents, hospitalizations, and loss of independence. And here's an important point. Even if you don't feel hungry, your body still needs support. You don't have to force a giant meal. You simply need a small, nourishing start, a little yogurt with a ripe banana, a slice of whole grain toast with a boiled egg and a bit of avocado, a small bowl of oatmeal with a sprinkle of berries. Simple, gentle, nourishing. These small breakfasts help stabilize your blood sugar, protect your stomach, and give your medications the proper environment to work effectively. Of course, there are exceptions. Some medications, like those for thyroid conditions or certain stomach problems, may need to be taken on an empty stomach. That's why it's so important to discuss your medications carefully with your doctor or pharmacist. But unless your doctor has specifically instructed you otherwise, starting the day without food is a risk not worth taking. And here's something extra. Something simple yet powerful. If you want to boost your hydration, your digestion, and your energy, all at once, consider adding a green morning drink to your routine. You can blend a simple green juice with celery, a piece of green apple, a little ginger, some mint leaves, and a pinch of cinnamon. This refreshing natural drink helps stimulate digestion, flush toxins, and rehydrate your body from the inside out. It's a small act of care that sets a strong, vibrant tone for the rest of your day, because starting your morning right isn't about complicated routines. It's about listening to what your body truly needs and answering that need with kindness. You deserve to start every morning fueled, protected, and strong, ready to meet the day with clarity, balance, and energy. Finally, we come to mistake number 6, walking without checking your environment first. This might sound too simple to matter. You wake up, you stand up, and you start walking just like you've done thousands of mornings before. But let me ask you, when was the last time you paused to really look around before taking those first few steps? Because as we age, our environment, our very own bedrooms and hallways, can turn into silent traps if we're not paying close attention. A misplaced slipper, a rumpled rug, a dangling electrical cord, even a forgotten magazine or a pet sleeping nearby. Any of these small, innocent obstacles can cause a slip, a trip, or a devastating fall. And here's what's even more concerning. In the early morning, when your body is still waking up, when your blood pressure is still normalizing, when your balance is still adjusting, you are at your most vulnerable. That's why walking without checking your path first is far more dangerous than it seems. You might think, but I know my room like the back of my hand, and maybe you do. But small changes happen overnight. Maybe a grandchild left a toy behind. Maybe the cat shifted your slippers. Maybe your vision is still blurry from sleep. All it takes is one misstep to change everything. The solution, simple and powerful. Prepare your environment before you go to bed. Place a nightlight within reach. Even better, use a motion-activated light that turns on automatically when you move. Clear the floor. No loose shoes. No piles of laundry. No cords crossing your path. And most importantly, when you wake up, pause. Take a second to scan the floor before standing. Take another second to make sure your path is clear before walking. These few moments could save you from months or even years of painful recovery. Because protecting your independence, your strength, your dignity often comes down to these small, conscious choices made in quiet moments. You deserve to move through your mornings safely, confidently, and without fear. Now, as we close, let's take a moment to reflect. This morning, you've discovered 6 small mistakes that can silently damage your health. Getting out of bed too fast, skipping water after waking up, ignoring morning stiffness, delaying going to the bathroom, skipping breakfast, or taking medications on an empty stomach, and walking without checking your environment first. Each one seems small, each one seems harmless, but together, over time, they build up silent risks, risks that can rob you of your balance, your strength, your clarity, and your independence. The beautiful truth is, these mistakes are easy to fix. It doesn't require expensive treatments. It doesn't require complicated routines. Just a few minutes each morning, a little more awareness, a little more patience, a little more kindness toward your own body. And with these small changes, you can protect your health, your independence, and your joy for years to come. Because aging isn't about decline, it's about wisdom. It's about learning to care for yourself in deeper, more loving ways than ever before. And you, my friend, are worth that care. Thank you for being here with me today. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like it, subscribe to Senior Fit, and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss another opportunity to invest in your health, your strength, and your future. And if you're making a commitment to start your mornings differently, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Which small change will you start tomorrow? Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful, and stay kind to yourself. You deserve it.